Hi, and welcome to Stamp with Jini. Today I'm going to share with you the hinge step technique using our new Stamparatus. I'm going to share how I created this wonderful little card using the Feather Together stamp set. So let me set this aside and we'll get started. We're going to start with our Stamparatus. The first thing I'm going to do is get a piece of cardstock that measures 4.5 by 3.25. This is going to be my focal point, and I am going to set my Stamparatus up. So the first thing I'm going to do is pull off my two magnets. Now you might notice they don't look like the magnets that come with the Stamparatus initially. They have some washi tape over them. And I've done this simply to make them easier to grab. It was a great little tip that Stacy shared with us. I'm using my firm foam pad, and I'm doing that because it lays over the top of the grid and it gives us that soft stamping space that our photopolymer stamps like. So I'm going to set these two magnets down to hold my paper. And one of the things I am going to say is you need to be really careful with your magnets. They are strong and you do not want them snapping together. They can break. Now I have laid my photopolymer on the plate and I am ready to ink up and stamp. You can only use one plate on your Stamparatus at one time, and I've chosen to do it using the right side hinge because that's what I'm more comfortable with. And so you'll notice the orientation of my cardstock is actually sideways compared to my card. I've inked it up and I am going to stamp. Press 1, 2, 3 since it's a photopolymer to give the chance for that ink to seep into the paper. Lift the plate up. Okay, now for the fun trick. It's called the hinge step technique, and I'm going to lift this plate up and remove it from the hinge, move it down one step or to the next hinge, and re-ink my image. And I'm ready to stamp again. These hinges are about an inch and 1/4 apart, so it's real easy to get a consistent step and images in a row. Once again, I'm ready to stamp a third time, so I'm going to move that hinge down once and re-ink. 1, 2, 3, and lift. So now I'm ready for my second color. This happens to be a two-step stamp, so I'm going to remove this plate and set it to the side. And I'm going to get my second plate and put it in place. This time I'm going to be using Smoky Slate. So I'm going to take this second step image and I'm going to lay that on the top. And let's see if I can do that here with my camera on. Okay, I've got that on there. Photopolymer are a little sticky, so sometimes they'll stick to your finger, so just readjust as you need it. And it's a clean stamp, so I can simply put my plate back down and lift that stamp up. There we go. And I'm ready to add that ink, this time Smoky Slate. And we're going to stamp. 1, 2, 3. Lift. Perfect. The Stamparatus makes this so easy. Two-step stamping is just so easy. And I'm going to do the second one. 1, 2, 3. Lift. Move it on my hinge. Step down and re-ink. If you're getting ink on the side here, no worries. It's not going to touch your cardstock, but if that bothers you, you can use a baby wipe to clean it off before you stamp. The only thing I do suggest is you watch so that you do not get ink on your magnets, because the next project, if you don't clean it off, you will end up with ink on your paper. Ask me how I know that one. So here we go, the last step, and I've inked up, and I've got my project. And what's more, I'm moving those magnets so that they are not close to each other and cannot snap together. And there we go, a beautiful set of feathers for the project. Let me show you the project again. Here you go. And I've got a printable PDF for you with the measurements and everything on this and step-by-step assembly instructions if you'd like to see that. If you'd like any of the products, feel free to stop by my online store. It's open 24/7 and you can get there from my blog. The Stamparatus, if you did not pre-order it before December 30th, will be available in our 2018 catalog, so watch for it coming soon. And if you don't already have a local demonstrator and would like our current occasions catalog, email me your name, address, and phone number, and I'll be happy to mail you one. Thanks for joining me.